just like how Rupert Sheldrake studied situations where somebody does something or something is invented on one side of the world, and then everywhere else it happens as well. Just like crystal properties, like someone develops a new crystal, it's now available everywhere. Or the calculus, like I don't know if it was Sheldrake that brought this example up, but how these two guys invented calculus pretty much at the same time on opposite sides of the world, then kind of argued about it for the rest of their lives, and who actually invented it. Well, this is the collective consciousness, and the reason they did that is because they were pulling simultaneously from the same source. And this is how esoteric archetypes work. I argue that evil exists because this planet has a consciousness shroud over it. This can be defragmented and repopulated back to positivity, meaning the best interest of humans living in a biological soul container, not higher 5 density beings that also have an interest in us. Whatever's about to happen and what has currently happened, called ascension. It's easiest to call that because that's a common term. The big test for humanity is how people are going to process what they see. The DS is playing their own little experiments with seeing how people process their sci-fi theatrical scripts. Almost every clip I mentioned, how that's all orchestrated. It's all a big game that began in the 50s. But most importantly, this is a time where the individual is to wake up and see how they're going to process super sensible events. Just leave it like that. How are you going to process the sky phenomenon, the sky phenomenon in our atmosphere, sky phenomenon outside, out in space, regular psychic phenomenon that gets stronger, knowing how to use that, not remote viewing, not paying to see a psychic, helping hospice patients, people that need spiritual advice, counseling. That's how you do it. And I argue that something's about to happen. Something that I can do, and I'm assuming people all around the world can do. And if they couldn't, after I was led to be able to do this, it's a certain type of linking up with other dimensions based on a modified modern spiritual archetype. Well, I've been very careful about this. It's been almost 3 years. I've only mentioned and talked about this with a select few people. A few of them were tenured professors. Some of them were spiritual, esoteric people, which would mainly be the people that can handle this, and some family members. Less than 10 people know about this, and no one has seen the full process. What's going to happen is this is going to get out, and it's going to be described. First of all, like say I go down to a spiritual leader, me and a group of mystery teachers and students will show the proof of the soul. This is instant contact with another dimension that proves that we're living in a biological soul container and we have an eternal soul that never dies. This will then be sent out into the public in a certain way that'll automatically shift probably enough people with the first event to be able to make a massive difference in how people process the problem of evil. Less crime, less individuals trying to crush their opponents, jealousy, trying to come up within the world of materialism without concern for your neighbor. The more people that wake up, the natural drive to go and help out people that are dying. Like the ultimate goal, one of the main things a planet has to do to completely collectively shift over to where your neighbor can just jump into this peaceful aura, is to do hospice work. I believe that that's essential. Like every single person in the town puts in their time a week, whether it's one day, whether it's a couple hours out of the week, even if it's once every 2 weeks. The fact that you're mandatorily doing it is essential for ascension. What ascension is not is a theatrical atlas type of event, and people want to just jump into some sort of awakening, some sort of higher power without earning it, without doing anything. A visitor is going to come down, now our consciousness is going to be extended. No, if visitors come down, it's going to be the people that interpret what's happening in a fashion that polarizes to service to others. If you think that ascension means beings coming down and riding around on hoverboards through space, smoking the galactic bong peace pipe, it's not, that you're in for a surprise. It's going to be a psychic phenomenon at first, where once this proof of the soul gets out, once people realize it's happening, there's always going to be deniers. But once this gets out, and it's been verified over and over again, gets into the universities, academic materialism starts changing, just watch what happens. Crime rates will drop. People will stop wanting to use AI. They'll stop falling for bad acting. They'll want more out of their art. They'll want to... the art will stop being a instant stimulus gratification. It'll go back to being a discipline where you work for your art. Because art essentially is spiritual, just like athletics. If you take away all the competition, well, what are you doing? It's like Tai Chi or Jing Guang, King Guang, or whatever, how you say that. You're utilizing spirit particles through fitness. So, the ways that spirit particles naturally can be brought to the surface will start happening to the general public. And then there'll be more students, and then there'll be more teachers. And then all of a sudden, like towns will start to become, will start to embody love and compassion. I think it'll happen like that. It'll happen in like geographical locations like that. Like you'll have a certain city that seems to be enlightened, spiritually enlightened. Then it'll gravitate like a domino effect. It'll propagate rather. And then this is how it's done. But it all begins with a massive event that presents an undeniable proof that we are spiritual beings, and that this little game, this life, being a part of the Maya, the illusion, is for a purpose. We're in infancy here. This is the infant stage, Earth. We haven't got past the first phase, which is not even thinking about harming your neighbor. Wanting to get gratification off of helping people. And so, just a reminder, I'm almost at 10 minutes here. You want to start seeing what you can see right now. You want to start seeing what the DS is trying to block by things like Atlas and drones and big-eyed grays and things like that. They're trying to block each individual from linking up with their guides and going through their subjective experience. That's what all this is about. That's what all this disclosure military crap is about. It's a consciousness blocker. And you can see this by yourself, not in groups of people. You can see this by getting up, starting a new day, starting a new life, going down to the soup kitchen, going down to hospice, take on a volunteer hospice patient, do that for a month, then regroup.